So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 3 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the stories I wanted to cover today includes this new state of play officially being announced by Sony for this week, a DualSense update to enhance a trigger gameplay, and this whole thing that blew up over the weekend about Sony buying a major publisher. First, do you have an iOS device or an Android device? We've gone over this a long while back at this point, but another story today relates to this topic, and I'm curious how our community has changed since the last time we talked about this in terms of devices. I'm still an iPhone user, so that hasn't changed. But what about you guys? So comment below. Do you have an iPhone or an Android device? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, a new state of play officially announced for this week. So this one was interesting because it seems like Sony possibly made a change, if the rumors have any truth to them. Let's go over the official announcement, then talk about what was expected at the state of play. Reading from the PlayStation blog, the first 2022 state of play arrives later this week, and we're all revved up for just over 30 minutes of new PlayStation 5 footage and gameplay details for Gran Turismo 7. Watch live February 2nd on Twitch or YouTube starting 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. CET. See you Wednesday. So we're going to have a GT7 focused state of play soon, which does make sense since GT7 is set to come out early next month on March 4th, I believe. So the usual play out for Sony titles is to have a dedicated state of play. In terms of the rumors, a state of play was also expected to be announced this week, but apparently it was meant to have more titles being showcased at the event, not just GT7. Again, a dedicated state of play usually is just the game alone, like how Ghost of Tsushima had it, Horizon 2 had it, Returnal had it, Ratchet & Clank had it, so this does make sense. Let's also acknowledge that rumors did pinpoint a state of play announcement for this week, and this has happened. It's just a matter of the content being different than what was rumored. Other rumors have also indicated that a bigger PlayStation event is set to take place in March, so this would be after Sony releases 2 of their biggest games for the year with Horizon 2 and GT7, so that makes sense. Get those games out of the way and in the hands of players, then focus on what's coming next. Let's see if those rumors play out, because Sony still has a lot to show for this year. God of War Ragnarok, where's the release date? More gameplay for that. PlayStation VR 2, what's going on there, and games for that. Project Spartacus, potentially finally announcing Factions 2, The Last of Us remake. There's a lot still to be shown for this year. PSVR 2 especially needs to have a dedicated event soon, if it is in fact releasing mid this year like some reports have said. If it's releasing in October, then maybe we'll have something for it in the summer, similar to the PlayStation 5, which had an event in June, but it released in November. So if PSVR 2 is October, maybe sooner than that we'll have an event. Project Spartacus should have an announcement very soon as well, but I feel like that could be a PlayStation blog post unless Sony really got backwards compatibility for PlayStation 3 down. Maybe they want to have it at a show because it's a big deal. Reminder, Project Spartacus is reported to go live this spring, which starts in late March and ends in late June. So again, if that report is actually factual and like this is what's going to happen, that they're going to have Project Spartacus release in the spring, that also has to have some type of announcement sometime soon. Sony has a lot in store for this year, it seems, so let's see when they decide to reveal more. Now, diving into the second story of the video, DualSense update. Reading from GameSpot, Apple's iOS 15.4 beta update has a sprinkle of gaming news that might intrigue PlayStation 5 console owners. According to Mac Rumors, the upcoming iOS 15.4 will support DualSense adaptive trigger features, which will bring the gaming experience on iPhone and iPad closer to what it's like to use the controller on its native console. In terms of a release date on this update, website TechRadar states, we're generally seeing roughly a 4 to 6 week gap between new iOS versions, which means that given iOS 15.3 landed on January 26, we'll probably see the finished version of iOS 15.4 sometime between late February and mid-March, but we'd guess more towards the latter, especially as this looks like quite a big update. So this is exciting for me as not only an iPhone user but as a user of Apple Arcade. Trigger support for mobile titles is going to level them up. It'll make those experiences much better. And before anyone starts putting down mobile games, Apple Arcade has some of the best indie titles in general on the service. I would check it out before shutting it down. Try it out for a month. There's probably a free trial for 2 weeks. I'm not really sure. There's probably a way for you to just check it out for a bit. There are some great indie titles on the service, and get you a nice controller to play with that, and it's pretty much a similar experience to what you get on console. But you guys let me know if you're excited for trigger support coming to iOS or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the final story of the video, Sony to buy a big publisher. Reading from the Hollywood Reporter, on the mergers and acquisitions front, Sony is one name that has gotten a lot of attention, given its video game business accounts for more profit, 3.1 billion annually, than its film unit, 762 million. Sony lost 20 billion in market value after news of the Activision Blizzard deal, but has said that it expects Microsoft to keep key Activision franchises available on its PlayStation. Wedbush analyst Michael Pachter argued in a January 18th note that it was likely that regulators will restrict the terms of the combination and require Microsoft to continue to offer Activision Blizzard and perhaps other games to Sony under substantially the same terms as it's been offered in the past. But others worry, is there any other way to look at this than Microsoft desiring exclusivity for Call of Duty, Overwatch, and Diablo? Cohen's Doug Cruets asked in a January 18th report, "We don't think so," saying Sony's response will be the one to watch. Moffat Nathan's Clay Griffins wrote, Sony's portfolio of exclusive intellectual property, Spider-Man, God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, etc., has been hugely helpful to Sony's platform, but a Activision Microsoft combination significantly ups the ante. Some wonder whether a big Sony buy is the answer, but also note that recent deals have driven up several targets' market values, such as EA, maker of Madden, FIFA, NHL, and Medal of Honor franchises, and Ubisoft, the Assassin's Creed and Just Dance home. Take-Two, publisher of Grand Theft Auto, could also be attractive if Sony wants to join the mergers and acquisition tussle. For Sony, EA is likely to be the favorite, a team of analysts at Enders Analysis argued January 19th, but with EA's market value at about 37 billion, Ubisoft and Take-Two may be far cheaper to buy, Enders concluded. So this was a big discussion this past weekend about Sony buying the likes of EA or another big publisher. In terms of EA, Sony just can't do that one. EA is too huge to buy. I named a bunch of publishers last time we talked about this, and Take-Two was a part of that as a possibility along with Ubisoft. But honestly, for Sony, it makes more sense to go for the likes of From Software, Capcom, Square Enix, Sega, which are all more in the realm of possibility in terms of financially being able to do that than those companies willing to be sold than a Take-Two or an EA if you look at the financials. Again, we know the type of company Sony is. They like to work from the ground up with a new studio and build it to something special to potentially buy it out. They also like to fund internally and build their current studios up to create new experiences. So I don't know how the analysts see Sony buying the likes of EA, which is not even possible unless Sony teams up with someone else to buy them out. It'll be interesting to see Sony's response. You can't ignore Activision being bought out. I'm just wondering who Sony's going to go after. But you guys let me know what company you see Sony buying if it happens. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps. And subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with State of Play Week. It's the first State of Play of the year. State of Plays are always interesting depending on which ones they are, because some of them are smaller than others, but GT7 is definitely a big title for PlayStation. So if you're excited for State of Play this week, destroy the comment section with State of Play Week, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.